if you own an SLK, at one time or other you're going to have to take your roof down and put it back up manually. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Now the first thing you want to do is lower the windows if you can, because if you can't, these are going to get in the way and cause all kinds of problems. But then the next step is to go inside and take the little clip off the roof here and release the tension. Oh, it won't come. That's because you've got to go in the trunk first and release the hydraulic pressure. Whenever you're going against the hydraulic, first thing you have to do is release the pressure with that brass. Just loosen it right off. Then you go inside and turning counterclockwise, release the top, and it'll come loose. Now if it doesn't come loose like that, it's because the roof is designed to hinge here. And there's a couple of clips inside here that lock it down. They're controlled by a cable. Cables that run from the release mechanism here along and back. And if they won't release, it's because they've either stretched or broken, and you can adjust them if you take the headliner off. And if you can't do that, you have to find a way to get up to those clips from inside. Now the only way I know how to do that is to get inside.
Oh, I got to go to the other side.
It's the clips. I've got another car over here with the mop. I'll show you how that works in a second. Once you've got the release that way, go back into the trunk, and you'll find under the cover, you'll find these silver cables. Now you can pull those and release them. Usually one on each side, and then if you check, 3 and 3. Close the roof down, grab the front of it and pull back. Now you're going against the hydraulic pressure, so it takes a little bit of effort to get it down. Pull it all the way back, then grab the roof, pull it up. Now make sure your fingers are clear, because it's very heavy. If your hands get trapped in between, it will cause all kinds of pain. Check the back as it's coming down to make sure it doesn't hit the roof, and lower it right down. Try not to get your fingers caught in there like that. And then simple matter of pushing the trunk down. Now to push the trunk down, the easy way is to unhook it at the back, come forward, and push it down like that. And close the trunk. Now, the back, when you do this, the back windows, if you've already pulled them down, you can be out of the way of this. Otherwise, they'll jam on that and cause all kinds of problems. You need help there. But now you can raise the front windows. The back ones will not come up if you've done this manually. To put the roof back up, it's just the reverse. Grab the back, pull it all the way up. Go in here, you go inside, grab the parcel tray, lift it up, and lift the roof up. Make sure you clear it here, and watch your fingers because they can get pinched. But with an old guy like me can do this, so can you. Pull it up now, and push it over. Now, at this point, the roof will balance. If you're going to be working on your roof, would you hold that, Ken? You have to have somebody hold it for you. Here's a trick I learned. I've got a 30-inch piece of 2x4 here. You lay that against the back of the trunk, drop it forward, it'll pinch there and it'll hold it, and your roof is solid. At this point, if you want to work on your roof, you can take off the headliner with 3 screws on each side. And that'll come off, and there's panels on each side. There's 3 screws up in there. Take those off. You can drop the headliner. See up in here. There's 3 screws. Find them.
Okay.
Pretty straightforward.
Okay, I'm gonna go back.
Anyway, I'm going to finish closing the roof. You push it forward now. Watch your fingers, because if it's caught in there, it's going to hurt. Drop it down, and the pins will slide in the front. Sometimes you have to do a little juggling to get them in. And then you just go back inside and use your Allen screw to lock the roof down. And now it's locked. And you're safe. That's how you do it manually. Any questions? Okay. Your convertible top, the first one thing you're going to have to do is remove these panels. And on each side. To do that, you have to take the clips out down here, pull this piece out, move the clips on here, and then pull this and cover it in little clamps up here and little rubber knobs. Just pull them all off. Then try and take that cover off. You start talking to yourself because look, the hinge is trapped right in the middle of it. So what most people did and what I did for many years is then you go through the hydraulic nonsense and bring the trunk up this way. And now they're exposed, they're clear, and with a little bit of manhandling, you can get it to come out. Here's a trick I learned. If you have the trunk up front like that, release the back, now you not only have an umbrella, but you have clear access to the whole works. Real easy to do it then. Now, okay, this car has got the trunk stripped out, and there's hydraulic cylinders. There's one of the bolts in front to get off. The other one's you have to release it. You have to have the top down to get off. There's a bolt there. The back cylinders down here, pretty straightforward to take them off. You know, I could go into all kinds of details, but I think if you find you get in there with a wrench, you'll be able to do it. The pump normally sits over here. On this car, I pulled the pump off. And the first thing you'll notice if you take your pump off is there's 14 hoses, and the first time I did this I almost slashed my wrist. I couldn't figure out how to put them back on because the hoses just go up. Where do they go? Well, I looked at them, they've got numbers on them, and there's numbers engraved in the top of the pump. When I get to show you, I'm going to show you how to disassemble a pump. You'll see that. But that's it, the pump system. The other hydraulic cylinder is up here. It's right in there. Now to take it off, you take 3 Allen screws out here, or not Allen screws, Torx screws out there, and there's a clip on each end, and it pretty much frees it up. But this is the hydraulic system that works, and there's the cables I was talking about that release these latches back here. And they have quite a bit of slack in them, but they do stretch, and if they break, I mean, it's almost impossible to get the roof open without releasing that. But that's what the inside works. There's switches up under here, under there, on the other side. If you're going to do hydraulic work on the cars, you're going to have to rebuild the cylinders. That's the main job. You wind up doing is repairing the cylinders. And online, there's kits for doing it. They cost less than $30. Gives you the O-rings you need and a very, very good set of instructions. I recommend spending the $30 and getting the instructions, and then you'll be able to rebuild it. But there's these little tricks that, unless you've done 10 or more roofs like I have, you'll never trip over them. Anyway, hope that helps.
Yep.
Okay, folks, this is something you've probably never seen apart before. It's the hydraulic pump off the SLK. My roof was getting slow. I mean really, really slow. And I thought, I'm going to get the pump rebuilt. I didn't know if I could handle it. I went online and looked. I couldn't find any information about rebuilding the pump, but I did find several places that said they'd do it for $1,500. That's a bit much. And I found one place, Top Hydraulics, which I recommend. These are pretty good guys. They would do it for $460, and they had a whole list of parts that they might replace. But and they also warned that if there's any damage done by DIY, it would cost more to have it done. Anyway, I then thought, well, I'll take it around town and see if there's any of the hydraulic shops in town that'll do it. Well, as soon as they heard Mercedes-Benz, they wouldn't touch it because we can't get parts. That left one option, me, to take it apart myself, and so I did. And I was quite surprised how simple it was. First off, the motor came off the end, and I mean the motor's pretty straightforward, just drives on a shaft that way, and there's a bit of electrical. There were two, what I guess you call these servo valves. They go in, they plug in here, really straightforward. They open and close valves. The reservoir was on the end of it, and it was held on with a little clamp, and there was a what do you call it? A filter on it. No, it's nothing complicated so far. This was the mount, a couple of screws that came right off. But I got into it, then I got into the pump. Well, here's the pump, a sleeve, and this little rotor, I guess. It's got three tiny little pistons on it. It slides. Oh, there's a washer in there. It'll only go in one way. A washer goes over that. Then there's another washer on top, and there's a shaft that goes through there for the drive. This is held in by a circlip. This is a circlip. There's nothing there that's going to wear out. I mean, it's all rock solid. The only thing that's going to wear out, as far as I could see, were the O-rings. And I checked the servo valves, and there's 3 O-rings on each one. They were great. I pulled out a couple of the shafts, and there's a little O-ring on there. That one's in pretty good shape. And then I hooked out this one. This is the pressure relief valve. And it's got an O-ring there, and there's a little white O-ring, and if you look at it closely, the O-ring is buggered. 27 cents for a 5mm by 1.5 O-ring. So rather than spend $460, I could get that done for, well, peanuts. Not going to cost me a whole lot. And real simple to reassemble it, same way, just put it back together. Anyway, that's all there is to, the hoses. There's 14 hoses come off it, and each one is numbered. And if you look down here, there's the numbers to tell you where to put them back in. And this has got a little, see, that one holds it shut. You know, in that D10 it holds it open, so you can just plug them in, move that over. And once you've got it all together, these all fit in a way that you can put a zip tie through and lock it so they don't come out again. Bulletproof. Real simple. Save yourself some money, do it yourself.
Go.
Hey, I was telling you about the manuals for doing the top. I always print them out or put them into booklet form, so they're really easy to work on, last a little longer, but you can see they go into a lot of detail. I also, anytime I gather up anything about roofs, there's the wiring harness and a few other bits and pieces that I found that were related. I print them out too, to try and analyze. Here's like the switches, or where the switches are, which the stuff I've downloaded off the net. I find it and get the information. This was something about adjusting the parcel trays, aligning the flaps and getting them calibrated. I like those manuals so much that I bought 2 from different people just to get different manuals, and they're both very, very good. I mean, I can't recommend one over the other. And then once I've got the kits, I measured the O-rings so I could buy replacement O-rings, and there's the spares. Also, I bought a factory manual mainly to get the wiring diagrams. This is just insane. The number of wiring diagrams for this car, just crazy, and trying to go through everything and and sort things out. But you know, you need that information. You need that information. And the wiring diagrams, they go to a connector and then off in one other direction, and you just got to sort through it. And well, I make my own wiring diagrams of each section that I work on when I'm working on it. But anyway, it's things that help you work on these things.